Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Power Rankings. I am your Commissioner, Nick. It's week 6. The season's moving right along. Make sure you tune into the rankings every week to see where you stand. Thank you for all my loyal listeners and viewers every week. I appreciate you. My team won this week, 1-0 in our last one, so that's all that matters. I'm back in it. Don't let me get hot. We got a huge matchup in our game of the week this week, potential championship matchup, so make sure you stick around for that. And without further ado, let's get into those rankings. Number 12, Beans Pride Parade. Beans is back in the basement after losing to my lackluster team this week. Nick Chubb continued to impress, scoring 2 touchdowns, but Doo Smith Poopster and Baron Waller failed to show up on Monday Night Football. You could put the done chain on this team. Beans' season is toast. Number 11. What a waste of time and money. Brad got his first win, but this team ain't worth my time. Number 10. Poppy's prized possession. Brophy's team fell to 2-3 on the season after losing to Ryan. Jared Barf returned to Super Bowl 53 form by putting up just 4 fantasy points against the Patriots. Christian Jerk and Gerald Dedrick looked rudely lifeless in the offense, catching just 1 pass apiece. This team is just like the 4 or 5 other 2-3 teams. They stink. Number 9. Not that team, pal. My team surprisingly pulled off the win this week to improve to 2-3. And let me tell you, we are back. Jalen Hurts so good was his usual self, and Alvin Kamara and Mike Williams finally decided to play like dogs. I'm throwing caution to the wind here. I'm buying back into my guys and putting the league on notice. Deal with it. Number 8. When Legends Rise. Frank's team stays in the 8 spot after losing to Brad this week. Dalvin Cook and Hollywood Brown did the best they could, but this loss is on Frank for his bad lineup decisions. He chose to start Trevor Snorrens at quarterback, and he should have started When the Moon Hits Your Eye Like a Big Pizza Pie. That's Amari Cooper, who had 20 points on the bench. Get it together, Frank. Number 7. Quantum Cheeseburger. Jerry's team falls to 7th in the rankings as his up and down season continues. In a tribute to the greatest rock band of all time, even better than the Beatles, This Is How You Ramondre Stevenson scored 19 fantasy points, but Jerry foolishly traded for and started Tyler Conk Goose Egg in the flex. And to make things worse, the mute got concussed. And I also want to point out, if you take out Jerry's Week 2 Super Bowl win where he scored 176 points, this team averages just 101 points, which would be second last in the league. Not good. Number 6. Harambe's Olave Javante Deontay. Oliver moves up a spot despite losing his 3rd straight game at the hands of Hunter. James Conner returned to his injured ways, putting up just 7.3 points, and the rest of the lineup, besides Mahomes, was just very uninspiring. This is not the kind of season Harambe died for. Our reigning champion appears lost in the shuffle of bad teams right now. Not a good look. Number 5. Team Lance 2.0. Cam's team comes in at number 5 after losing his 2nd game in a row. And let me tell you, this team looks worse than Kyler Murray's wardrobe. Super Cup and Tyler Hot Lockett did the best they could, but the rest of this team stunk. Now 3-2 on the season. Better than I was expecting them to be, but it's now or never if this team is going to get gritty. Don't let your season fall apart here. Number 4. King of the Higgins V3. Luke's team got his 2nd straight win and now finds himself in the top 4 of the rankings. Boss Allen led the way per usual, scoring 4 touchdowns and scoring 42 points. Christian McCaffrey and Josh Jacobs had monster games yet again, and this is a fun team, and they're better than the rest of the 2 and 3 teams in the league. This team, they just got to find a receiver, and if they can do that, watch out, everyone. Number 3. Jerry's daddy, Hunter's team falls to the number 3 spot despite moving to 4-1 with a victory over Oliver. Devontae Adam Bomb went off against the Chiefs, scoring 2 touchdowns for 27 points. Have a day, Mian Pierce also scored 20 points with a touchdown of his own. This team is championship contender, no doubt. Something to keep an eye out, though, is Lamar Jackson having his 2nd straight quote-unquote average quarterback game. This is going to need a change. Like, you're going to need more from Lamar in the playoffs if you're going to go anywhere. Number 2. The process. Ryan's team won his 3rd straight game, moving to 4-1, and more importantly, number 2 in the rankings. Babe Davis led the way through the air with his extremely efficient 3 catches for 32 fantasy points. And Jeff Thrillson ran out the clock, scoring 20 points and a touchdown to seal the deal. Another team that's a clear championship contender that's still waiting for a little more out of their quarterback. And number 1, Team Never Lucky. The reigning, defending, undisputed number 1 team in bad company is Dan, as he remains undefeated at 5-0 after putting up the most points in the league this week over Cam. Travis Kelce scored 4 touchdowns on Monday Night Football, and Breece Hall and Oates were making Dan's dreams come true as he scored nearly 28 points. This team might be a juggernaut at this point, as they have no glaring weaknesses in the lineup. Now let's move on to my commissioner picks. Here are our Week 6 matchups. We got Poppy's Prize Possession taking on Not That Team Pal. Brophy, I'm sorry, you're going to run into a big fight stick here. Not That Team Pal's getting the win. Then we got Team Lance 2.0 taking on Quantum Cheeseburger. You know where I'm going with this one. Team Lance 2.0, you're going to get a little gritty and take down Jerry this week. King of the Higgins V3 taking on Beans Pride Parade. I've got Luke's team. They're red hot right now, 2 in a row. We're going to be back to 500 right here. Next matchup, Harambe, Zalave, Javante, Deontay taking on what a waste of time and money. Oliver, don't even worry about setting your lineup this week. Brad's team is trash. You got this one in the bag, my friend. And in our last matchup there at the bottom, it's When Legends Rise taking on The Process. I'm going to take Ryan's team here to get the win over my dad's team, who's last in points per game. Quick note I forgot to mention, I went 4-2 last week, and on the season I'm now 16-14. I'm now 8-4 in the last 2 weeks with my picks, so my picks are going to be certain for sure. And in the game of the week, we've got a potential championship matchup here between Team Never Lucky and Jerry's Daddy. 5-0, Dan's first primetime game of the season taking on Hunter, who's 4-1. Head-to-head, Hunter owns the matchup 7-4. And we talked about Lamar and Andrews, that quarterback tight end stack in Baltimore for Hunter. It's been lethal, but his running game's been pretty weak. And looking at Dan's team, there's not really a weakness spot in the lineup. Maybe Kirk Cousins, but luckily he plays at 1 o'clock this week. So I'm predicting Dan to walk away with the win.
Hey, Bad Company. Hope you're all having a good day except for Jerry. I hear Quantum Cheeseburger should be renamed Shitty Picks after starting the season 2-3. I was really concerned. I thought that was pretty bad until I heard he's 0-4 on his Tinder dates. Maybe next year you can drop out of Bad Company and get picked up by one of Jerry's kids. A lot of special kids go there. But keep smiling, kid. There's always next year. And in closing to Jerry, if I sucked as bad as you as fantasy football, there's probably a good chance I'd kick my own ass. Best of luck to you.